The story of the British monarchy begins with Egbert of Wessex. In 827 AD, he became the first king to rule over a unified England. This marked the beginning of the Anglo-Saxon period. Egbert's reign laid the foundation for a powerful and influential kingdom. His successors faced numerous challenges, including Viking raids and internal conflicts. Yet the Anglo-Saxons persevered. They established a strong cultural identity. They fostered a flourishing of art, literature, and law. This era laid the groundwork for the future of the English monarchy. The Anglo-Saxons left an indelible mark on England. Their language, laws, and customs shaped the nation. Their rule, however, was not without its challenges. The Vikings, fierce warriors from Scandinavia, posed a constant threat. Their raids disrupted Anglo-Saxon life, and their ambition threatened to topple the fragile unity Egbert had forged. The Anglo-Saxon period was a time of both turmoil and progress. It was a period of constant warfare, but also a time of great cultural and intellectual achievement. The Anglo-Saxons developed a rich literary tradition, exemplified by works like the epic poem Beowulf. They also made significant advances in law, government, and agriculture. However, the relative peace and prosperity of the late Anglo-Saxon period was shattered by the arrival of a new force on the English scene, the Normans. The Viking Age brought chaos and destruction to England. Viking raids, originating from Scandinavia, became increasingly frequent and devastating. Their longships, swift and deadly, terrorized the English coastline. The Vikings, driven by a thirst for plunder and land, posed a serious threat to the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. Their raids targeted monasteries and towns, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Amidst the chaos, a hero emerged, Alfred the Great. Crowned king in 871 AD, Alfred faced the full brunt of the Viking onslaught. His early reign was marked by a series of defeats. He was even forced into hiding, famously taking refuge in the marshes of Somerset. However, Alfred was not a man easily defeated. He rallied his forces and achieved a decisive victory at the Battle of Edington in 878 AD. This victory stemmed the tide of Viking conquest and secured Alfred's legacy as a defender of his people. Alfred was not just a warrior king, he was a wise ruler. He recognized the importance of education and learning. He established schools and encouraged the translation of important texts into English. Alfred's reign marked a turning point in English history. He not only saved his kingdom from Viking domination, but also laid the foundation for a unified and prosperous England. His reforms and his unwavering spirit earned him the title the Great, a testament to his enduring legacy. The year 1066 AD would forever alter the course of English history, marking a pivotal moment that would reshape the nation. The death of Edward the Confessor, the childless King of England, triggered a succession crisis, leaving the throne without a clear heir. William, Duke of Normandy, claimed the throne. He asserted his right through a distant blood tie and a supposed promise made by Edward, which he believed gave him a legitimate claim. However, his claim was contested by Harold Godwinson, a powerful English earl, who was also a strong contender for the throne. The conflict between these two formidable leaders culminated in the Battle of Hastings, a decisive confrontation. This fateful battle, fought on October 14, 1066, pitted the Norman forces of William against the English army led by Harold in a struggle for the English crown. The battle was fierce and bloody, with both sides fighting valiantly. The Normans, with their superior cavalry and innovative tactics, eventually prevailed, turning the tide in their favor. Harold was killed, supposedly struck in the eye by an arrow, a moment immortalized in the Bayeux Tapestry. William's victory at Hastings had far-reaching consequences, altering the course of English history. He was crowned King William I of England, solidifying his control over the nation. This marked the beginning of the Norman Conquest, a period of significant change and transformation. The Normans, originally Vikings who had settled in northern France, brought their own language, culture, and systems of government to England, influencing every aspect of life. William's reign brought about a radical transformation of English society, reshaping its structure and governance. He implemented a feudal system, granting land to his loyal followers in exchange for military service, thereby consolidating his power. He also ordered the compilation of the Domesday Book, a comprehensive survey of his new kingdom. The Norman Conquest was a pivotal event in English history, marking a significant turning point. It marked the end of Anglo-Saxon rule and the beginning of a new era characterized by profound cultural and societal changes. The fusion of Norman and Anglo-Saxon cultures would shape the English language, law and customs for centuries to come, leaving a lasting legacy. It was the dawn of a new England, a nation forever changed by the events of 1066. Section 4. Through the tumult of the medieval period. The medieval period, spanning from the 12th to the 15th centuries, was a time of significant change and upheaval for the English monarchy. This era was characterized by a series of dramatic events and transformations that reshaped the political landscape of England. This era witnessed the reigns of some of England's most iconic monarchs, each leaving their mark on the kingdom. Their legacies were often defined by their ability to navigate the complex and often treacherous political environment of the time. One such ruler was Henry II, a monarch whose reign was both influential and controversial. Ascending to the throne in 1154, Henry inherited a kingdom scarred by civil war. His ascension marked the beginning of a new chapter in English history. He was a skilled administrator and a ruthless politician, known for his ability to consolidate power and enforce his will. He strengthened the monarchy's power and expanded its control over the legal system, laying the groundwork for future legal reforms. However, his reign was also marked by conflict, most notably with the Church, which was a powerful institution in medieval society. The clash between Henry II and Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, became legendary. Their struggle epitomized the tension between secular and ecclesiastical authority. Their dispute over the limits of royal authority led to Becket's murder in Canterbury Cathedral in 1170, a shocking event that reverberated throughout Christendom. This act horrified Christendom, and Henry was forced to make peace with the Church, demonstrating the enduring power of religious institutions. Richard I, better known as Richard the Lionheart, succeeded his father, Henry II. His reign was marked by his military prowess and adventurous spirit. Richard, a charismatic but restless warrior king, spent much of his reign on crusade, seeking glory and religious fulfillment. He led the Third Crusade, seeking to recapture Jerusalem from Saladin, the Muslim Sultan. His efforts in the Holy Land became the stuff of legend. Richard's military exploits, particularly his capture of the city of Acre, made him a legend in his own time and cemented his place in history. John, Richard's younger brother, became king in 1199. His reign, however, was fraught with difficulties. John's reign was marked by conflict and rebellion as he struggled to maintain control over his kingdom. He faced opposition from his barons, who resented his autocratic rule and his heavy taxation, leading to widespread discontent. This conflict culminated in the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215, a pivotal moment in English history. The Magna Carta, meaning Great Charter, was a landmark document that established important legal principles. It limited the king's power and guaranteed certain rights to the nobility, laying the foundation for constitutional governance. The medieval period was a time of great change and upheaval, but it also saw the development of important legal and political institutions that would shape the future of England. The monarchy, though often challenged, remained a central force in English life, adapting to the changing times. It continued to evolve, shaping and being shaped by the events of this tumultuous era, leaving a lasting legacy on the history of England. Section 5. The Tudors, a dynasty of reformation and power. The Tudor dynasty, which came to power in 1485 with the accession of Henry VII, marked a turning point in English history. This period was characterized by significant shifts in power, culture, and religion. The Tudors were a family of immense ambition and ruthlessness, known for their strategic marriages and political alliances. They ushered in an era of unprecedented change and upheaval, transforming the very fabric of English society. Henry VII, a shrewd and calculating ruler, restored stability to England after the Wars of the Roses, a series of civil wars that had left the nation in turmoil. He centralized royal power, replenished the treasury, and established a firm foundation for his dynasty, ensuring the Tudors' dominance for generations to come. His son, Henry VIII, would become one of the most famous and controversial monarchs in English history. Henry VIII's reign was dominated by his break with the Roman Catholic Church, a move that would forever alter the religious landscape of England. Driven by his desire for a male heir and his infatuation with Anne Boleyn, Henry challenged the authority of the Pope, leading to a monumental schism. He declared himself supreme head of the Church of England in 1534, a bold move that consolidated his power. This act, known as the English Reformation, had profound and lasting consequences, reshaping the religious and political landscape of the nation. The Reformation transformed England's religious landscape, leading to the dissolution of monasteries and the redistribution of their wealth. Monasteries were dissolved, their wealth confiscated by the crown, which significantly increased royal revenues. The Bible was translated into English, making it accessible to the common people and fostering a new sense of religious independence. This period also saw the rise of Protestantism, which would become a defining feature of English identity. Henry VIII's children, Edward VI, Mary I, and Elizabeth I, each played a pivotal role in shaping the religious and political landscape of England, continuing their father's legacy in different ways. Edward VI, a devout Protestant, continued his father's religious reforms, further entrenching Protestantism in England. Mary I, a staunch Catholic, attempted to restore Catholicism to England, reversing many of her brother's policies. Her reign was marked by religious persecution, earning her the nickname Bloody Mary, due to the execution of Protestant dissenters. Elizabeth I, Henry VIII's last surviving child, inherited a divided nation but managed to bring a sense of unity and stability. Her reign, known as the Elizabethan era, was a golden age for England, marked by cultural flourishing and national pride. It was a time of exploration, discovery, and cultural achievements, with figures like Shakespeare and Sir Francis Drake leaving their mark. The Tudors, a dynasty of both brilliance and brutality, left an indelible mark on England, shaping its future in profound ways. Their reigns witnessed dramatic religious and political changes, the rise of England as a global power, and the emergence of a distinct national identity that endures to this day. Their legacy continues to fascinate and inspire to this day, a testament to their enduring impact on the world.